Hey, how you doing? Hey, this last weekend, I had the opportunity to go visit one of the woodworking shows that is now touring the eastern part of the United States. This one happened to be in Springfield, Massachusetts. And I hope to have a video out on that actual show and let you see what went on at the show itself sometime later on this week. Knock on wood. I'll get that done. But the one thing I always say about these woodworking shows is the coolest thing about it isn't really the show or the tools or that kind of stuff. It's the people. And it's always the people. And so I went up there this year, and a number of us were staying in the same hotel. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to turn the camera on in the lobby of this hotel and see what happens. And at the beginning of this video, you'll notice I'm not even there. I turned the camera on and walked outside. But I want to introduce you to some of my friends. And what ended up happening while I was gone is they kind of introduced themselves. So I want to let them do that for you so that you can get to know a few of my friends who you may or may not be familiar with. The video starts with a gentleman off camera asking one of my friends a question. And the three friends I'm going to introduce you to today, or actually that are going to introduce themselves to you today, is Tony Rouleau, Paul Granger, and a gentleman named Wim Prest. So if you want to have a look, maybe find out about these guys so that, you know, in the future, if you run across, you know a little bit about their story, because they tell you just a little bit about who and what they're all about. But the video begins with, like I said, the gentleman off camera asking my friend Tony how long he's been a machinist. So here, have a look.
How long have you been a machinist for?
20. It's been over 20 years.
Did you start right after school, or?
Well, it's funny because I wanted to go in high school to in New York State it's vocational school.
Yeah.
And it sounds awful, but the guidance counselor basically said you're too smart because the dumb kids went to vocational school. It was so stupid.
I wanted to go.
And it's awful. And yeah, it had a black eye, and he's like, no, you need to go to college. So I decided to go to college for mechanical engineering. I went one day, I sat there, and I realized that I was going to sit behind a desk. And there's people that do that, and it's fine, but that's not me. I work with my hands. I remember going to my dad's office, and I was practically in tears. I'm like, I can't do this. This is not what I want to do. And I was the type of kid that I had to know what I was going to do. He said, let's take a break. Yeah, at the time I was working at the hardware store that he works at. Ooh. We figured out that I could go to vocational school as an adult. So I went as an adult, which was probably better because I knew we were paying money for it, so I was more vested in it. And I did it for 2 years in the mornings, and in the afternoons I fixed power tools at the hardware store. And that helped with troubleshooting and mechanical stuff. So I did that, and then I went. We had an honor society through there, and the guy speaking was the owner of a machine shop. And I went through there, and I worked there for 4 years as a job shop, and then I went to a medical facility. And that was a education unto itself, because I learned how to work with 900 people in middle management and just...
Oh, that must have been great.
Yeah, in the constant threat of we're being bought by, and all of a sudden these people come out of the woodwork that need to save their jobs, so they need stuff made to make product lines smoother, so all of a sudden they're your best friend. And then I did that for about 4 years, and then I took a break, or it got to the point where I was fixing more equipment than machining. So I went and I became a millwright and did millwrighting for hydroelectric dams and took care of the turbines and stuff. Which was really cool stuff. And then there was also the times where when it's 4 below zero, stuff freezes up and you have to be outside in the middle of the night, all night, and it just, so that the being on call, you couldn't. Eventually what happened was it took woodworking and my hobby away. and I got miserable. And I would take stuff to this machine shop that was like across the river from our main office. And my buddy was running it. And I just out of the blue said to him, I said, if you're looking for a machinist, let me know. And it was like 2 months later. It was the day after Christmas. And Christmas I was on call, and from 7 in the morning to like 5 at night, I didn't come home. I was just on the run because everything just decided to break. So I was just done, and the next day he calls me and said, the guy just gave us notice. And that's when I went to Hayden Packard, and that's when I met Mike, who's allowed me to kind of flourish. And
How many guys are working?
We do have to give that guy a lot of credit, because Tony has access to a 5-axis machine to make these things where without it,
it'd be very difficult.
More tedious. Even making
to make everything.
Well, it's not even the machining. It's the fact that you know how to operate it.
Yeah.
It's the knowledge that you brought into it.
It's to know how to operate it and get such a beautiful.
Because I mean, you can give me a 5-axis machine, and it will do. Collect dust.
Well, that's what I love about everybody that rags on CNC and says it's cheating, and it's so I'm always like the keys are in it.
Yeah.
It's yours. Go ahead and make
Yeah.
whatever Jimmy made or whoever makes, you know.
If I had a CNC, I could. You know, if I had a CNC, I would look at it and go, I'll sweep it off when it gets dusty, because I have no clue. And so don't tell me there's no talent or skill involved in that. See, talent and skill are 2 words that I have a problem with. Skill is the word. Talent is a different story. It's like, because I mean, people want to say, well, he was given a God-gifted talent. And you know what? There's no such thing. There's no such thing. He may have been given a God-gifted aptitude or an interest, but he wasn't given the talent. It took time, it took learning, it took effort to become as good as you can possibly be. You don't get it by being born and having somebody touch you on the head, and all of a sudden you're this fantastic person. No, it doesn't happen. It's like, if you think it does, you're dreaming.
The potato girl, the girl who does all the potato stuff. She's always on there. She's like, everybody always comes up and says like, I wish I could draw like you. And she's like, do you understand? I've spent like 3 hours a day of my life since I was 5 drawing. Like,
drawing.
It doesn't just come to me.
I wish I could. Well, no. If you really wished you could, you would have.
You do the work.
You would have. Yes, exactly.
You just wish you had that innate ability.
And when people look at you and go, boy, I wish you could do that, what they're saying is they're going, I wish I had the fairy angel of drawing, or I wish I had the fairy angel of machining or woodworking. I wish that fairy angel would come down and just pop me on the head so that I could do it too.
I wish somebody would
that's what they're basically
saying.
saying.
You know how to make a website now, because mine sucks.
Yeah. I wish I could make a website like that. Well, no, what you're asking for is that fairy angel of websites to come down and go, you're now gifted. You know, you need to go to work on it. I'm sorry. There's only one way to get there, and you got to work. I mean, it sucks. I'm sorry, but you know, the dream is over. You're not 14 anymore. Wake the hell up.
Website. Okay, so other than being related to Tony, what is it that you like to do with the woodworking?
I like to experiment. Yeah, he's my cousin.
Oh, I didn't know.
Cousin Paul.
Yeah.
That's his claim. That's what he tells everybody.
Yeah, that's what he told me when he introduced
I am
himself.
Paul, Tony's cousin, and I'm like,
My only claim to fame.
he loves it, so whatever.
Yeah.
You should go to them and say, hi, I'm Tony, I'm Paul's cousin.
I should, yes. That's what I'm going to get tomorrow.
That next. I like to learn how to do lots of things. I don't like to focus on one thing. Like, I make a cabinet for the house. I'll make a coffee table for my mother-in-law. I make signs and bandsaw projects.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever I feel like doing. And I don't put any deadlines on myself.
No.
It's all about having fun.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
Me and him going to go along. Tony, sorry.
Yeah,
So Tony's your cousin?
Tony's my cousin. I've been putting up with it for 40 years now.
Wow, you're the cousin of Paul. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have talent?
But I have
I've
a
been
decent
blessed
job,
with
so
a cousin.
my day job is 8 hours a day, and I can go back to it. I'm not upset with what I have to do. It's enjoyable enough, but it's just enough that I can go do something else. And,
I can totally relate to that.
when I was selling electronics, I enjoyed that a lot. That's why I'm still trying to sell him Instagram. when I was selling electronics, I really enjoyed that because it was a passion.
Yep.
But after selling it for a long time, I became like, all right, that's enough. I don't want to do that anymore. Let's do something else. So now that I'm not selling electronics, I am technically because I work for a alarm company, but I'm not selling retail like a salesman. I get to enjoy what I would do during the day, working with electronics and then mess around with woodworking. And I definitely have to say Tony inspires me. Before the YouTube group stuff ever happened, every Christmas we'd go to our grandmother's house and he would bring the coolest gift. The coolest gift. Because he was doing his woodworking thing and making himself happy. And they were epic. You know, Intarsia, he was doing just like I said, trying everything. Intarsia, scroll saw, wood turning, and there was cool projects. That obviously that's an inspiration too, you know. Like we all get inspired by Jimmy videos and all that stuff.
Right.
Tony makes cool stuff on top of it. So.
And I hope that doesn't make anybody feel less.
I know what you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly what you're talking about, and it's entertainment. For me, a lot of YouTube videos are entertainment.
Yeah.
They don't. What inspires me is I know tomorrow on the way home.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be itching to get and just push forward after meeting all you guys and seeing just the passion and all that. It's like gasoline on a fire.
Yeah.
People need to be introduced to this gentleman.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Wim. I've been sober for 231 days. Not in a row.
Actually, yesterday was the day.
Yeah. I have beer in the trunk.
Which you all just missed one hell of a show. I can tell you that with sport.
Oh yeah? We found out that the easiest Olympic sport to get on the team is curling. Yeah. Just completely factual. I made them up myself.
Oh, so there's alternative facts.
I was actually, not alternative facts, but I was on the alternate team. I didn't actually make first string, which I wasn't in 2012.
Okay.
But I was good enough, so they discovered me on the Boston Common. We were fake curling with a pony keg. And the captain of the team happened to be coming by, and he was like, you have skills. That's not a brush, put her down.
Hang out in the Commons a lot?
Well,
in Boston?
It's a lifestyle.
Okay, because my daughter lives in Boston. I just want to make sure that she stays away from it.
Do you have any pictures? Just
Three great guys, and there was a number of them there and in the lobby that evening. That's just all I have for you right now. We had a conversation that lasted, a couple hours with a lot of people that came into that. But I wanted to introduce you to those three gentlemen because I thought they did a good job introducing themselves. When I asked people what they wanted to see at the Woodworking show, a lot of you said that what you wanted to see were the makers that were there. And because you wanted to see them, get to know them. And so there's three of them. Tony Rouleau, Paul Granger, and Wim Prest. It was a good time. I hope to have that video out on the Woodworking show for you later on this week. But until then, you guys take care. I hope you dug that, and I'll see you later.